Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I am Mike, and here is my review for Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness. Jay and I are both going to get together on Monday night and do a spoiler party. So if you want spoilers, make sure you're there for that. It's going to be 9 p.m. or excuse me, 8 p.m. Eastern on Monday night, where we can talk about all the spoilers with you guys live in the audience. And it's a fun time because you guys always think of shit that we didn't think about. But yeah, so how you feel about Doctor Strange 2 is it's going to be based on a few questions. Number one, are you a fan of the MCU? Are you a fan of Marvel movies? Obviously, that's a given. Number two, are you a fan of Sam Raimi films like Drag Me to Hell, Evil Dead 2, and Spider-Man 2? Are you a fan of his style of filmmaking? And number three, how burnt out are you on the Marvel formula? And finally, number four, what is your skincare routine? Because you're fucking gorgeous. Now, for me, I answer these questions. Yes, I'm a fan of Marvel films. Sam Raimi, fuck yeah, love his shit. Every bit of it. He's one of my favorite directors working, and I really wish he would direct more instead of producing so much. But number three, am I burnt out on the Marvel formula? You bet your tits I am. I'm very burnt out on just the formula, not movies as a whole. And that's more of an intricate thing. Like, right? Like, I loved everything almost up to Endgame, and I thought at Endgame it was like the end of an era, kind of. Like, some of these movies are still good, but now I feel like it's time to do something different. I think we did that whole thing, and you did it to perfection, man. But I feel like it's time to change things up and get a little bit more creative with what you're doing. That's just me. I know a lot of people don't feel that way. This is why you have to ask yourself these questions, and it's going to affect how you see and feel about this movie. And finally, to answer the last question, it's none of your damn business what my skincare routine is, you nosy prick. So with that being said, Doctor Strange 2 Into the Multiverse of Madness is definitely different from the recent string of MCU films. And to me, that is awesome. It's an extreme rare MCU film that actually features a director's trademarks. You know, it feels like a Sam Raimi film. You can tell who crafted this. And I know some people might disagree with me, but I feel like most Marvel films, as good as they are, I mean, it fucking works. Don't get me wrong. But it also feels like Kevin Feige throws a director a flip book. He holds it up in front of the camera and does this and flips the pages, and we all go, wee, and just have a great time. Look, it works. All right, it works. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but this film is different and it's a little bit special because it feels like a Sam Raimi film. And I was really worried about that. I was very skeptical of both, will it feel like a Sam Raimi film, and is it going to be as horror fueled as they said it was going to be? And I'm proud to say that it was. When Kevin Feige said before that this is going to be Marvel's first MCU horror film, I was very skeptical because of what happened with Scott Derrickson. They hired the guy who did Sinister, who's going to do the Black Phone, and they couldn't work it out. Like, they couldn't come to creative terms because, and it seems like, okay, this is Edgar Wright all over again. They don't want your vision for a film. They want, this is tied into everything, right? We don't want anything that's just you. And I was worried about that. So I'm like, yeah, right, this isn't going to be a horror film. And I'm happy to say it was. Now, I don't think it's as horror fueled as some people are saying. Some people are saying, don't bring your kids. And I disagree with that. Look, my 12-year-old didn't blink at this movie. Now, she, to be fair, is an avid horror watcher, and this isn't going to affect her. And I think, like, really young kids who haven't seen horror films and are expecting, like, an Ant-Man or something, you might want to pump the brakes on that. At least show them Are You Afraid of the Dark before you take them to see this movie. Because it's not like The Exorcist or anything. You got to remember, it is a Marvel film, but it's a loud fucking lawnmower, a really loud lawnmower. Like, are you mowing my front fucking door? But there are scenes that are actually like sort of creepy, but more fun horror. That Sam Raimi, like, holy shit, I don't know what the fuck is going on right now, but I like it. Kind of zany, sometimes a little cheesy, fun horror that only Sam Raimi can bring to a film. The horror in this felt like a lot of the stuff that you saw in, like, Drag Me to Hell. Like, it's super loud, it's in your face, quick zoom in shots. At one point, a character winks at the camera. It's not a fourth wall break, but it's just one of those things, like, just the way it's shot. It looks like he's winking at you. Just all the Sam Raimi-isms are there, and I'm here for it. I absolutely love it. Now, there's going to be another group of people, though, that are there just for an MCU. They want that MCU packaged film. And they're going to go in there and they may be disappointed that this isn't a super well-oiled, shirt-tucked-in machine, you know, that so many of these movies are. It's got weird shit that happens in it. There's zany stuff that goes on, and those little Sam Raimi imperfections and little bits of cheesiness, as I said before, to me, give this film all of its charm. I was not a fan of the Doctor Strange original. I thought it was a Mickey Mouse damn movie. Such a dark character, so many things you could have done. I felt Mickey Mouse as hell to me. I know I'm in the minority of that. A lot of people love Doctor Strange. But this movie, it does start out and it has a lot of that same crap, and you're going, uh-oh. 2 hours and 2 minutes of stuff I've seen 672 times before. Seems a little rough. And I'm also not a Harry Potter magic dude. Like, I've said this 100 times. I'm the guy that hates the second half of Dream Warriors because of all the stuff. So that's who you're looking at when you're talking to me. This stuff, Doctor Strange 2 was never going to be that interesting to me. Even though I do love the comic book version of the character, which is weird. But anyways, it was never going to be that interesting to me because that's who I am as a person. That being said, I give this movie at the end of the day, it's so fun and it has so much horror stuff in it and so much Sam Raimi-isms in it that I actually ended up giving it a 7.5 out of 10. I definitely recommend this movie because it's the rare, like I said, MCU film that actually has a director's trademark touches on it. Some MCU people are not going to like that. You know what I mean? They're going to want their usual shit. And by God, Scarlett Johansson, who is not in this fucking movie, Elizabeth Olsen, it's her movie just as much as it is Benedict Cumberbatch's. She's amazing in this movie. Like, she rocks the fucking shit. And we all knew she was such a good actress. By the way, check out Silent House if you haven't seen it before. She was amazing in that. The movie's not the best, but it's a movie that kind of feels like came and went under the radar, so it's totally worth a watch. She's amazing in it. It's got a wild twist in it, so that's a horror recommendation for you there. I still hope, I couldn't help but think when I was watching this, man, I hope Sam Raimi directs an original horror film next. I would just so much rather see him do that. At the end of the day, though, still, Doctor Strange 2, and the more I think about it, there's like weird like camera transitions, and when one character starts to go bad, like the way they do this, like almost M. Night Shyamalan, Sod Demois fucking weird shit, like with the transitions and stuff. I want to go see it again. Like, I want to take it all in again. And plus, I had some fucking cunt sitting next to me who ruined half the goddamn movie with his popcorn chewing. I mean, if you're gonna fucking chew the popcorn, close your goddamn mouth. But what's worse, I'm used to people fucking... I'm used to people doing that shit, okay? But this motherfucker smacked his lips before he went into the popcorn. He went, oh... And I just wanted to I literally turned around to my 12-year-old, and I know this is going to be inappropriate to some of you, but I was like, Memphis, I'm going to fucking kill myself really loudly. And that was probably something I shouldn't have said to my 12-year-old, but she laughed. She knew what was going on. And yeah, anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Go see Doctor Strange 2. It's really good. We're going to have all the spoilers on Monday. And, you know, there's 2 post-credit sequences. One of them is okay because it's funny, but the one that was meant to be like a part of, you know what I mean, the typical lead-in stuff, awful. Like, awful. Like, one of the cheesiest, I don't know what the hell was going on there at all with that first post-credit sequence. So cornballish. And not like the fun Sam Raimi way. I liked American Chavez's character a lot, by the way. The way that they bring her in, it feels a lot like a Terminator 2 situation where Arnold Schwarzenegger is protecting John Connor. That's what felt like was going on with Wong and Doctor Strange and America Chavez. The multiverse stuff is all there. The second act, by the way, for you Marvel people, the second act is when you want to keep your eyes peeled. Some wild shit does happen, and it actually got me. It surprised me. I went, oh, fuck! Like... Did not expect at all. Did not expect. You big, me small. That was cool as shit. And some MCU people are not going to like what Raimi does with that. But man, I thought it was fucking great. Really, the second act opens your eyes and you go, oh shit. Now I'm back. You know, because there's a couple scenes where you go into like the typical shit, and you're just like, okay, all right, yeah, magic, more books, stuff like that. You know, I'm like, all right, let's fucking go. And they did. They really brought it on that second half. So, you know, as with all these movies, I feel like they're 20 minutes too long. There's parts that are just way too packaged and inserted and all that stuff. But man, I love a fun Sam Raimi film. And at the end of the day, this is a fun Sam Raimi film. So 7.5 out of 10 for me. I love your all's fucking faces, and I'll see you guys Monday night. Thanks for spending this time with me. Please click subscribe, share this video. That helps too. And check out our Patreon in the link below. You fuckers have an amazing weekend.
What are you going to do on October 31st?
What are you going to do on October 31st?
Here comes that white-faced fucker, an asshole like no other. He's a big old piece of shit. Wants to stab your sister's tits cause he's a white-faced fucker. Loomis can't recover. Dr. Challenge drunk again, sleeping with your sister's friends.
Do you want to know about the darkness?
I said, God damn.
God damn you, Michael!
I said, God damn.
A lot of people don't know the darkness that goes inside their hearts.
I said, God damn.
God damn you, Michael! What are you gonna do on October 31st?